this computer.
All
Alrighty,
right.
so we're recording now.
Yeah.
So, hi.
Hi.
And last week we worked on getting started with your goal, your main goal, and then we also did, we started your co-assessment with the first element that you worked on. And
Right.
I'm going to share the screen right now, and I'm going to sneeze in a second. Just, excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay. So,
Edit that out.
yeah, exactly. Because people are, I could do it like, and spray a water bottle, while I'm showing it or something. Anyway. Okay, so I'm using this tracking document, but I'm doing it, I printed it out so it's a handwritten one, to keep track of where we're at. And
Right.
then last week we did, let's see, the ILP is right here. We did 1.3 last week. We did the, and you came out exploring. So what we're going to do is kind of do the same process.
Okay.
1.4.
Okay.
And so I made a copy of it right here. And 1.4 was using a variety of instructional strategies, resources, and technologies to meet students' diverse learning needs. So the teacher will do that sort of a thing. So just to ask you, kind of thinking about what you're doing in your classroom, what do you do right now already to meet their learning needs? Because that was one of the things you wanted to work on your goal was to find out what's the best way or what are the most effective strategies for you and your kids, right?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
So right now, what are you doing? Because we can move forward if we know where we're at and we get a starting point with what you're doing.
Yeah. So what I am already doing now is I am differentiating the instruction for the students because, I know that not all students learn the same way. So I try to, mix it up as much as possible, whether it's, doing something, whether it's, reading from the book or, getting them up out of their seats and, having them showing me certain things and movements with their bodies. Visual, I like to use visuals such as different charts or drawing pictures. I like to do a lot of pair share work, partner work, and as well as independent work. Yeah, I just try to mix it up as best as I can. And I also, try to assess them as much as possible. Whether it's a test, a quiz, and at my school, we also do something called exit tickets, which is, it's kind of like an ungraded quiz. So I'll ask them a question. I'll ask them a question verbally, and I'll write it on the board as well. Today, we read a story about scarcity. So what I wanted to see was if they got, the point of the lesson is if they understood what scarcity meant. So their exit ticket was to define scarcity. And so they'll write their answer down on a piece of paper, and then I'll collect it, and later I'll look at it to see who understood, the main concept of the lesson and who didn't. So I like to do that a lot as well.
Okay, when we do those kind of sorts of things, we call them formative assessments, right?
Yes, formative assessments, absolutely.
Right. What else do you do besides exit tickets, do you think? Do you do?
I have the students, I like to call them up to my desks every now and then and kind of have like a little meeting with the teacher to, have them put into their own words what they learned. I should have like a special I should call that something special for them. Yeah, like a little teacher-student meeting. So, it's because sometimes students are a little different when it's one-on-one as opposed to in front of the whole class. So I like to pull them to my desk and have them explain things to me that way as well.
So you have like a teacher-student meetings to have them talk about their learning maybe?
Yes, exactly.
Good. So if you think about what you're doing already as far as differentiating and assessing, if you read the continuum piece in front of you, and I'm going to make it bigger so it's easier for you to see, where do you think you might put yourself on that continuum based on what we just talked about?
Right. Let's see here. I would say I'm exploring.
Okay. That's kind of where I would have put you. But
Okay.
yeah. And the one thing that I see that maybe we can work on a little bit might be
Okay.
in technology to help us with some of that,
Yes, please. That would be awesome.
So that would be good. So something to think about. So this is 10, 25, 17. Oops. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to make a note of it on your ILP over
Okay.
here. So I say 1.4 is, what did we say it was?
Exploring.
Exploring again.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives us a good starting point. So if you think about that and thinking about, let me look at that. Let's look at that again. So talking about technologies and instructional resources and strategies. Thinking about that, what kind of an inquiry question do you think you want to come up with?
Just I would like to learn how to better integrate technology into my lessons and into my assessments. I really only use, we have a projector screen and a projector, but I would like to, start doing more with that. Because we just got a brand new projector and screen, so it's fairly new to this year. So I'd like to learn how to set up my computer. I think you can project my computer screen onto the screen there at school and show them some neat videos or PowerPoints. I'd like to do more of that.
Why do you think you want to? So what do you think would be the positive impact of using more technology?
Just to, differentiate their learning even more, because right now it's just kind of straight out of the book. But to see something a little different, will get them excited and, focused and, doing something new.
Okay, how does this sound? I put, how you can probably see it. How can I integrate more technology into my lessons and assessments to be able to differentiate better by activating we could say the students, or just in parentheses, that's who we're talking about, the students. Interest and add more dimension to the lessons and learning. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So what are some things that you would like to do technologically, or do you have any ideas? So what did you say? You think you can probably
I think I can hook up my computer to my I think I can hook up my computer at school so I can so I can show them videos and PowerPoints from my computer and have it projected on the screen. So I think that would be really cool. And again, it's all brand new because we got a grant over the summer where it was the Shea Foundation. They're like a Catholic charity organization, and they basically remodeled our whole school, which
cool.
is awesome. Yeah, so they gave every classroom brand new projectors and whiteboards. It's awesome. The teachers love it, the kids love it, because we used to have blackboards.
That chalk dries your fingers out so badly, your hands.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, this is just, I used to get, the custodian told me I would walk around with handprints on my bottom because I was always wiping my hands on my backside, you know?
Yeah.
And so he'd say, yep, you know, I had handprints because I was always wiping my hands on my
God.
pants. But I just remember how that chalk just soaks up all the oils in your hands and it makes your hands so dry.
Yeah, it really does.
Gosh, and that was a long time ago. And then I went to a different school that had whiteboards, and I would have nightmares. I'd have nightmares that they get mad at me and make me go back to the school that had the chalkboards.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So that was a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys are starting to get up to speed a little bit on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's really nice.
What are some other things you would like to do besides just getting the computer hooked up to the projector?
I don't know. I guess that's what I need help on. I don't know.
Okay, let's explore some digital assessments for formal and informal I'm trying to think how I wanted to say it. Explore some digital assessments for digital, you know what I'm going to say is formative assessments.
Okay.
I think of one as Kahoot that I like a lot. Have you ever done a Kahoot?
No, never.
Okay, that's fun. The kids kind of like that one. And then also explore some digital I was going to say not personality inventories, but learning style inventories or learning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get to know the kids better, to find out maybe what they like and what they don't like.
Definitely.
So that you can connect with them a little bit better.
Okay.
You can do it digitally if that's what you're wanting to do, is look at more technology.
Yeah.
Style inventories. That's just, you know, a couple of things that are kind of big. And then you said you're doing some professional development with your school on the, what is it you're doing? On a
core instructional model.
Okay, instructional model. INSTRUCTION. Training, right? You're doing training?
Yes, we have 4 of those trainings a year.
Uh-huh. And is that what you're going to do Friday or no?
That's what's happening on Friday, yes.
Okay. So that's one thing. So you can use that. So one of the tools you can use for that would be a professional development log that you can do that. So that's right there. Okay, and you already did the choice one. We did the knowing teachers for your choice.
That's right.
Um, so the professional development log can be a reflection tool that
Okay.
you'll use.
Okay.
Um, a PD log. And then for collaboration, you know what I want to do is we'll do a cal after you try to get your computer hooked up to talk about hooking up the computer.
What's a cal?
A collaborative assessment log, and it's
Oh,
just where we talk and like what went well, what are some of the issues. So after you get it hooked up, then we can reflect and talk about that.
got it. Got it. Okay.
Okay. So one of the things that you're going to do is hook up the computer. So what I'm trying to do is connect some evidence and tools to some of the stuff you want to do.
Okay.
Okay. And then I think one of the things that might be kind of fun to do would be to do a lesson plan using a Kahoot, which is do the kids have access to digital, like do they have access to either Chromebooks or iPads, or do they have their own phones or?
No, we have a computer lab with laptops,
Uh-huh.
but there's not enough for every student to be on at the same time.
What about if you could you pair them?
Yeah, I could do that.
Is there enough to do pairs? How often do you go to the computer lab, or do you have to reserve it, or?
I have certain times throughout the week that I could go.
Uh-huh.
So I could go, I think it's on Thursdays. I can go to the computer lab. I have time reserved.
So you have the computer lab on Thursdays. What I'm wondering is if we did it to where you did a lesson and then
Uh-huh.
in the computer lab, how long do you have it? 30 minutes or?
I think I have it for an hour, actually.
Okay. Okay. Well, you could do two things while you're in it. You could just use the computers while you're there to do one. You could do a Kahoot to assess kind of like after a lesson that you've taught, you know?
Uh-huh.
And then the second half, you could do an online interest survey for them, and they might have fun with that, you know?
Okay.
Because you said second grade, right?
Yes,
So
second
there's
grade.
some, and their reading levels do you have any that are super below?
Yeah, I do have a couple.
Okay. Well, then I think that if you have them working in pairs, maybe we could pair them up
Okay.
and they could do those together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. That would work out great.
Okay. So then we'll do a lesson plan, a leçon plan. That's the French version. We'll do a
Yeah,
lesson plan.
fancy.
And then, you know what? And then I'll do an observation. So that we'll do that partly because you're doing early completion and partly because I want to see how it works. Does that?
Okay,
And
definitely.
that way I can be there to help you with it too if you need it, you know?
Yeah, thank you.
So, so that's kind of like mapping out the next 4 weeks or so, you know?
All right. Yeah, sounds good.
So what I'll do, and so what we can do next time is we'll do a cal and then we'll talk about a lesson plan
Okay.
about what you want to do it on, and then how to use the Kahoot for assessment,
Okay.
you know, after that. So thinking where you're going to be in about 2 weeks, you know, when we do our lesson. So we'll think about our lesson plan next week. And
Okay.
then I'll come and observe you the following week. So you're going to kind of project ahead. Do you guys how do you do your lesson planning? Do you do it weekly, monthly? Do you do it?
Weekly.
Uh-huh. Do you have a long range plan?
No.
No? Okay. So, you know what, that might be something that we might want to talk about too, so how do you do long range lesson? How long do you do long range planning? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Kind of backwards plan the year. And that's kind of I found that it helped me quite a bit, and it helps you stay on track. And
Yeah.
you just look at your standards. You look at your teacher's editions, you know, your resources. And then you look at the calendar year and you say, okay, how am I going to get it all to fit in? You know what I mean? So sometimes it helps you, and I always do it in pencil because, things change.
Things always change.
But it's good to have, some sort of a game plan,
Mm-hmm.
and an agenda and how you're doing. So that's pretty easy. So this week, maybe your goal is to get the computer hooked up. Can you do it yourself, or do you have to have people come in and help you with it?
I think I can do it myself, but if not, there's someone I can ask at my school that can help me.
Okay. So how long have you guys had these in your classrooms?
They're brand new, so since, end of August.
Well, but it's been sitting in your room for like 2 months and it hasn't been hooked up?
No, not yet.
Okay, so that's what we want to get you going on that. The sooner you get it hooked up, the sooner you can start doing some other stuff with it.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can, with the lesson plan, we could do we'll use the technology lesson plan.
Okay.
And the observation that I think would be good would be equity, because that's what you're looking at to help you focus on different kids and their different learning styles, right?
Right.
That kind of a thing. So we're going to and that will tie into the differentiation piece. I think and you know what? We can do a class profile too.
Okay.
After we do if we do a interest survey, we can, then transfer some of that to a class profile and use that to help maybe next module do some further lesson planning and, figuring out differentiation and just adding to your repertoire of differentiation styles. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Resources. Good. So what else is going on this week? Tomorrow's your Friday, you said?
Yeah, tomorrow's my Friday. So we have our test tomorrow. On Fridays, we always have a spelling and a reading test, so we'll do that. Since I'm at a Catholic school, what's happening tomorrow is we do the living rosary.
Okay.
So we normally, pray the rosary every day in class, but tomorrow we're doing it as a school where, everyone has a part and we're all together. It's really neat, actually. And the third grade class and teacher is in charge of putting it on. It's really neat. So we basically get into the shape of a rosary, and they hold a long thing of string, and we just go down the Hail Marys. So we'll be doing that tomorrow.
Well, how long does it take? An hour?
Oh, it's like 45 minutes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it's the whole school?
Yeah, the whole school is out there. It's really cool.
So what, is there 5 decades in a rosary? Is that it?
That's right. So
and then you've got the mysteries, or the beginning part's the part I always get confused on,
Yeah.
So, well, that's neat. That's neat.
And then it's Red Ribbon Week as well. So it's a fun week. Everybody wore their red today.
So do you have to do anything tomorrow special, or?
No, nothing tomorrow. But yesterday, Tuesday, was wear your favorite sports jersey.
How many kids wore Dodgers?
Oh, so like everybody. Amazing.
Uh-huh.
Because we can stand up, it was team up against drugs. That's why we wore the sports jerseys.
Oh, very cool.
Team up against drugs. And then everybody made posters with slogans.
Uh-huh.
Ours was, for second grade, ours was, don't act the fool, drugs don't make you cool.
That's
made a big class poster. It was cute.
Uh-huh. Well, cool. Good. So I think I was going to ask you something else about this. So you're going to hook up the computer, ask for help if needed.
Yes.
Next week we'll work on a lesson plan, and I'll show you the Kahoot thing. I'll send it to you so you can check it out. Okay.
Okay, great.
So that can be kind of fun, and then we'll just think about what lesson we want to do, and then follow it up in the computer lab with a Kahoot for assessment.
Perfect.
And then I'll also look for some learning style, some younger primary digital learning style inventories for you.
Okay.
I like this kind of stuff. It's fun.
Oh, yay. I'm
Good.
looking forward to it.
Oh, good, good, good. And then I guess that's about it. So, but I think hooking up the computer is going to be, it's just going to take a little bit of time and thinking, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can do that. I really want to do it. The kids will love it. So it's going to be fun experimenting and doing new things with the computer. Yay.
Okay.
Technology. So that's
Good. Okay, well then I guess that's about it. Unless you have any other questions or.
No, I don't. The only question I have is, it's kind of unrelated to this, but I sent off my first payment online, and I sent it through online banking to the Columbia address.
Okay.
Is that the right address?
Well, that's the physical address. Going to the, did you already have it sent?
Yeah, I did it last night.
Okay, well then we'll double check to look for it, okay?
Okay. What is the address I need to send it to?
Okay, it's 9300
Okay.
Imperial.
Maybe I can cancel it.
Okay.
Let me get it.
I bet you probably can or change it.
Yeah.
Even though they take the money out, it doesn't usually come to us for about 5 days.
Okay, so it's 9300
Imperial Highway.
Okay.
And then you want to put ECW 3230. That's the cubby.
ECW
3230.
Uh-huh.
And then make sure you put beginning teacher programs.
Okay.
And then Downey, California.
Okay.
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 So what it does, it goes to our main mailbox. Our main mail is over in the main building. And then they sort it
okay.
to us. Yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Got it. Okay, so it's 9300 Imperial Highway, ECW 3230 Beginner Teacher Program.
Right, beginning teacher programs, yeah.
Beginning teacher program, okay. And then do I get a confirmation or like a receipt? How do I know
the
that?
The secretary will send you an email receipt.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay, well, I'll try to cancel or change the address on that.
Okay.
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 And I think that's it.
Okay, so next Wednesday at 4 o'clock?
At 4 on my phone and not my old computer with a bad microphone.
Well, you know what I think it is? It just doesn't have enough memory, I think, probably.
Probably. It's an old one. Ooh. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Teresa.
All righty. Have a good weekend, okay? And have fun with your professional development and stuff, okay?
Thank you. You have a good weekend, too. Try to stay cool.
You too. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.